Last 10 years or so, flood mitigation has become a major challenge both in city area as well as in rural area. Both in Kodi and in Mangalore, we were facing these flooding issue, and for which we thought the only way forward is rainwater harvesting and groundwater recharging.
In this region, we have lateritic soil, which has a lot of voids in them, and that helps in the recharging the aquifer. We try to adopt as simple systems as possible, where we at the source we try to keep the water clean. We direct the water in a manner that the slopes are kind of worked in a manner that there is no erosion. Then we try to reduce the speed by silt traps. If possible, we also try to filter the water which is led to these points, and then we create wells with adequate volume, where it goes to the depth of a sandy strata. We have in this institutions covered 3 campuses. Bearys Public School, as the location happens to be in the top of a hill. On top of the hill is this site, which is approximately 30 cents, which is kind of irregular. Space available was only small bit, 1/3 of this site available on the southern side of the site. Here, the water was just flowing on the surface and just disappearing across the retention wall. We regraded the surface so that the water could actually be redirected back into the ground. We intercepted it with means of slit drains, which was then filtered and then taken to a detention well. Would kind of benefit the entire kind of neighborhood because of this kind of intervention. The second project that I would like to feature is the Bearys Beachside School at Kodi in Kundapur, just close to the adjacent and parallel to on the beach itself. The area that we have is approximately 1 acre. We created a clear kind of a pathway where students can walk. We paved that area. We regraded the ground in a manner that the water would actually flow towards the trench that was created, and this trench then led to series of detention wells, from where the water would again percolate into this sandy strata below.
After the completion of this project, in spite of heavy rain, the moment rain stops, within half an hour our entire ground becomes neat and clean without any waterlogging.
The third project, that is stadium kind of facility that has been created at Bearys Knowledge Campus, and it was a challenging affair because it is on top of a hard rocky strata. It has got a very unusual shape as well, because it's kind of defined by the existing amenities that are there. We had a facility which was made like a stage on the western side, and on the southern side we have the workshops, and on the eastern side we have the academic block B, and on the northern side we have the property boundary. We changed the profile of the entire ground in a manner that we redirected the water, the 5 wells that we have been created, and we connected all these wells by means of connector overflow lines, which were all at the same level. There was no gradient difference. If a particular well got filled up, naturally the overflow would take it to the second well, and if that got saturated, the water would go to the third well, and so on and so forth. Over 2.5 acres of land at around 3,000 milliliters mm of rainfall, we are sending in close to 30 million liters of water into the ground. So that clearly offsets, which is an excess of 5 million liter over our consumption, and I think that's a fairly good contribution.
The lesson what we learned with all these endeavor is to respect the nature, because nature will never let us down.